Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another video. So the subject of tonight is going to be Hijrah on vacation mode and reducing the Muslim lands to learning the Qur'an, Arabic, and Islamic studies. So, I do a lot of speaking to those who want to make Hijrah to the UAE. Some people watch my channel. There's others who were referred to me. And even when I was in the States, I used to try to encourage sisters to, maybe think about moving to the Muslim lands and things like that. And it's always a common response. Well, you have different responses, but this one is a common one. I want to go, like when I mention jobs, for example, I'll say, in your profession, you can get this job, you can do that job, and you can function over in the Gulf countries. And some responses will say, when I go over there, I want to sit down. I want to relax. I don't want to work, which is understandable. It's understandable, but that's not appropriate when it comes to migrating to a new country, because which immigrants come from abroad to the United States to sit down? They don't. None of them do. They come and they work. They establish businesses, So that's not appropriate if you want to actually migrate somewhere. And particularly talking about Hijrah, which again, I can't stress enough, is an act of worship. It's an act of jihad. Ibn Qayyim named it from the aspects of jihad. Fi sabilillah. So it's a fight. You can't have the mentality that you want to come over here and just sit down, unless you have money coming in from your home country. But that's still not good, because then you don't, if the parents have that mentality, then most likely they're not going to encourage their kids to seek what opportunities are at hand or available to them in this country. They're not going to do it, because the only thing they see is to come here and learn Qur'an and learn Arabic maybe, and Islam. That's basically how people talk. They're like, oh yeah, where's the classes? That's fine. Where's the classes? They're present. What else you want to do? When it comes to productivity, they only mention the West, as if there's no progression here. They don't plan on investing in the country. They don't plan on being a part of the society, which in reality, that's a fail. You're going to fail. You're going to fail. Because your provisions are everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go, what country you go to. Your provisions are present as long as you put forth the effort. But to just ignore the worldly opportunities here is absolutely insane. And I think many people don't realize that they've been programmed, in the West, we're programmed to believe that any country outside of the Western countries, I can speak for Americans. I don't know about different parts of Europe. So if anyone has any commentary, from another country, you can, put your comments down below. But I know in the U.S., whenever you hear of living abroad, it's always vacation mode. Always. You have individuals who have worked a long time, they retire to another country, and it's also synonymous with cheap living. You move to another country to reduce your costs. You don't want to pay the same money that you used to pay in the United States, which again is understandable. And the UAE in reality is cheaper than many European countries and the US and Canada as relates to rent. You get more for your money. So people for many people, unfortunately, when they think of the UAE, they say, oh, that's too expensive. But what that translates is, it's too expensive for what I think is worth paying for. The West is worth paying for. That's understandable because it's the West. But the East, a developing country like the UAE or Saudi, for example, it's not worth it. What am I getting? That's very, very condescending and disgusting. That's all I'm going to say. And you don't realize that you've been brainwashed and you look at the Muslim lands as if they're backwards. I even had someone say to me that their family members, tell them that going to the UAE from the West is backwards. You're going backwards. Why would you do that? Which is absolutely insane. Again, you got non-Muslims who come here from different faiths, from the Hindus to whoever else is, whatever other religion they have in India, or Buddhists from China and wherever other place they live. Atheists, whoever, whatever. They all come here and they see the worth in the UAE. They pay money with no problem because they see it as a developing place that they can help develop and gain some money from. But the Muslims, who are brainwashed most of the time from their parents from when they were younger, they believe that the West is the best, say negative things and discourage them from leaving the West to come to the UAE. When the same people that you look up to in the West, or the countries that you live in, they respect the UAE. They hold it in high esteem. They want a piece of it. They see the potential. That's amazing. You ever thought about that? And the only reason why many of the Muslims even want to come here, and I'm talking about Western Muslims, or didn't want to come here, I'll say. They want to come here for vacation because they want to feel like they're in the place to be, because who bigged up the UAE? The kuffar. They're the ones who put the UAE in a positive light and made it valuable, so therefore you wanted to come here for vacation and, stun on people in the malls and go to expensive restaurants because the kuffar are enjoying it, right? Yeah. So you value what they value. Unfortunately. Instead of looking at what the Muslims have and finding value in it for what it is, for the efforts that they put in. Not because the kuffar value it. And then you have those who didn't want to come because they thought, that doesn't even function as a Muslim country, because you're looking, again, through the eyes of the non-Muslims for what they came here for. And you thought it wasn't Islamic. You thought there was no Islam here. Because why? Why would I look over there? For what? They're modernizing. Why do I want to go there? No, modernization is for the West. The Muslims have no business modernizing. Well, why would I trade their modernization in for Western modernization? The person has to ask and question themselves, what do I like about the West? It's not just the modernization, it's the mentality, it's the beliefs, it's the so-called freedom. All of that together. But I'm about to get some money out of the ATM. And I would say get out of vacation mode. Stop treating the Muslim lands as if it's a vacation, and the only way that you would stand to be here is if it's cheap. And you refuse to pay not even top dollar, just a little bit more than those cheaper countries that you will go to, because it's not worth it. Let's change that mentality. Okay? Inshallah. Don't forget that Hijrah mandate sacrifice. Thank you all for tuning in as always, and I will see you all in the next video. Ma'assalam.